I'm gonna start with some really simple things, and later on I'm gonna add some E things as well. Okay? And basically, first what we're gonna do is like, well, we don't need much of a warm-up, but this is a little bit of a warm-up and a setup for the techniques. So we're gonna start from the mount. Here. Now, how to control the mount means I need my frames inside his frames. So my ankles need to be close to his hip or under his legs. Anything in here to make sure that I can have a control. My legs can be squeezing or they can be open. But usually what I prefer is I need something very close to his hip. If this is loose, it's easy for him to just push me off. And this is tight, and I control the inside of this. Now I have the control. Like, difference between this and this is pretty big. And difference between this and he has a frame here, and this is very big. If his back is off the mat, there is no pressure. Like, there is nothing here. Like, he can speak freely and it's like no problem. But once I push him on his back and pressure here,
yeah, that gets a little more pressure.
now there's already pressure. And the only difference is his shoulders are flat on the mat. So I'm always making sure that when he tries to rotate in this direction, I put pressure on this side. If he goes for that direction, I push on this side. I can use my hands high here. When he has grips here, this is the frame I need to kill. As long as this is here, he will probably push me off. It doesn't matter even, like, if this is down here and I have no control of his neck, all he has to do is just keep the frame and he will get the knee free. But if this is the case, now the hands are off the weight. Now when he tries to build him up, I can follow him easily. And I'm always pushing, depending on where he's going. If he's pushing me that way, trying to get off. And I'm staying here. And I'm making sure the pressure comes here so he can't breathe. In this exercise, I'm keeping my head high, because this is giving more access for the hands and more pressure. Because when I add the pressure here, like this, now it's hard for him to move. Okay?
Let's get that crappy.
Yeah. And if he gets the hands deep here, like for example, I can use pressure here, like for a moment. Like, this is not good pressure yet, because he can still push me off, but I can push down and push here, so he stays on his back. I prefer the hands high here and the pressure on top of the hands. Because now I have a control on the ribs, control on his breathing, and when he tries to move, it's harder for him. His goal is to keep his back off the mat. And now we're going to begin with this. So his only goal is to take the pressure off by rotating a little bit sideways, sideways, sideways. Try to push me a little bit on back to the guard. And my only goal is to make sure that I keep him there and I follow him. Like this. I'm not going for submission, I'm just holding him here. Okay? And for like maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, the other guy is on bottom, and his only thing is to get his back off the mat here. That's it. And if he can push me back, then we start over with me on top already. Okay? And his only thing is to take the pressure off. And my only thing is to build pressure. Pressure comes from making him flat, making him carry my weight. And my weight needs to be here. I can close everything here and make sure that my ankles are very close to him, so he doesn't end up catching this here. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
These are a bit,
and then you can stand in the
they
same
were
place and just
twisted before.
over.
Let's be careful with that. Yeah,
That's enough.
That's right.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, okay.
I give them like a 30 seconds.
So, first rule when you try to go for the mount is, if his hands are here, there is no mount going. And the hands are in the way, I have no access for the mount. He will always push me behind guard. If I try to go for the mount when his hands are here, like he will just push me here easy. Okay? So the first rule of getting to the mount is getting elbows a little bit open. It means that I can open up with my hands here, like this, and now I can go for the mount. Okay? That's it. If always, when you have something here, there is no mount. Don't go for the mount. you won't get there. Even if you get there, it's probably not going to be very good because he already has a frame on you. So, going for the mount is always making sure that you can open the elbows somehow. You can use your knees or hands. And I'm just using one way. You can use any way you've been taught. Okay? And I get the elbows already high here. And I try to get higher. So my knees are in line with his shoulders. Now the pressure is already pretty heavy here. And now it's harder for him to get the frame inside because I'm already inside his frames. And my goal is to make sure that I stay in line a little bit here. So when he tries to push me down by swimming, it's always going to be harder, and I will come up by keeping my hands here and keeping myself heavy. Don't keep your elbows open here, because if he's flexible, he will get his feet here and push you back. If I'm here, when he tries to get legs here, it's going to be way harder. All I'm doing is keeping my hands on the inside. He can get one leg here, for example, and this is a problem because it's on the inside of my frame now. But it's pretty easy to open by just keeping this here. I can lean a little bit forward to make sure that he's carrying my weight over here. Now his escape is just like he did, like do it.
What's that?
Yeah, push me down. Get yourself high.
Oh, okay.
Yes, this is his escape. And I want to avoid that by keeping myself here and squeezing a little bit. So when he tries to do it, I'm heavy here, I'm a follower already. But now what we're going to do is, you're going to start doing this. So I build here pressure. So I try to follow him high here, and he's going to do this. Because this will open up gaps for me. Because when I follow him, and he, go. See here, now there's gaps already. Because I was a little bit late. And now he can get frames down easier, and now he can escape. Okay? But you want to learn this movement when you're on bottom, and I want to know that it's coming. Because when we are already here, his only escape is doing this. So we need to be following. And watch my angle. Keep him as close as I can. Under him or close to his hips. Okay? So here, pressure. Here, follow him, keep the pressure. Always make sure that you're pushing his shoulders on the mat. If he manages to turn here, this is a little bit problem, but it's not too much because if I'm still here putting the pressure, I have access for this. Okay? And I think let's also go for the back take here. So I can only take the back if his hands gets higher. If this is here, and I try to go for his back from here, he will usually escape. Okay? But when I'm here, and he tries to turn his back, I can take the back. So two things. What is this? Here. Now the elbow is open. I'm under the elbow. And go for the back. Is it clear? That's right.
Hand a little slower. So if you just stay here, yeah. And that's enough.
Yes, when I'm defending this, my first goal is place frame here. Like this is what I'm always going for. Like one hand here on my back of the mat. As long as there's no pressure on I can breathe. If I'm flat here, like it presses me down, I can't breathe. And if I'm here for too long, I'm going to get wasted and he's going to finish me. But if I'm here, now he can't take my back yet because the elbow is in the way. If he tries to go for my back now, even when I turn my back, this is what's going to happen. So he needs to kill this frame. But I want to be precise. I have long hands, so I keep it here on the opposite hip. If you have short hands, this is good as well. This is a little bit difficult for me because my hand isn't very strong and I have long limbs. So I prefer this. But if you have short hands, This is okay. Okay? When my hand is down here, now I can start rotating my back. I turn my back, but not too much. If this hand goes here, now I'm in trouble, because now he has my back. But as long as my elbow is in the way, here, 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 I can recover going or something. Okay? So he needs to kill this frame. Usually it means that he can use his hands to break this frame, or just hip. Just put hip pressure. Yes, this. This is what make it harder for me, because I need to push it a little bit more. And now I'm using my muscle strength to fight his hip, and it's not good for me. But I can't push him off from here. This will never work. He will not go anywhere. But I just need the hand here to make sure that when he tries with pressure, he can't get pressure on me. I can still breathe. I can talk here. If I can't talk with it, like this, I put pressure, you see it. Differences between this and this on being able to breathe. Okay? And if I build this frame here and it's really solid, like I'm not too strong, but if you fight somebody who has really strong hands, you can't break this grip. So you want to focus on the head. So you bring your head here, like this, and like yes, and put pressure, like yes, this, and put pressure using this. See this. Now this frame has little meaning because my head is stuck. But if I let go of this, you will still get the access from my back. And able to choke me as well. Okay? So I use this to make sure that I can escape. Put my hands on the inside, leg on the inside, and escape. He wants to kill this by grabbing my head, pushing my head, and building pressure. So now we are fighting a game where I want to keep him on my hip. Because if he gets higher on my, like try, yes, like this, now I'm in big trouble. If he gets my hands higher, like go for it, like this, he has arm locks already. Okay, for arm locks, straight away. Or arm triangles. Like this. Everything is because my hand gets higher. As long as this is here, it's harder to make finishes. Because if it goes to my neck here, trying to finish me, it's difficult. Okay? And so practice two things. One is this defense. Frame, turning sideways, keeping your elbow in the way. Like this. Okay, and second, he needs to kill this frame. You get pressure on here, or pressure on my head. Okay? And like make a few times where I escape and a few times where he takes my back or makes any submission, you know. Most of them come because he kills this frame and gets me like here, or higher. Okay, now there's chokes and arm cross. Is it clear? Okay, that's right. So,
Interesting.
people with a gi. And so this is one option, which you can use also on no gi. It's a little different. But one is this again. So when he tries to, if he has heavy frame with two hands here, then I need to go for his neck. And if I have the gi, I'm using this. And in some cases you can also do the no gi as a gi, but I think it's a little shaky technique. With the gi it's way better. But if he's like this, the Eseki is going to be difficult. Because I want him flat here, like this. And now I have the Eseki here. But if I have, like, sorry, Craig, here, push me a little bit off. See this? Now I'm a little bit too far away, so even if I get this here, push me off. If he gets this, now he will escape in most cases. Okay? But if I'm fast and put him on his back, now I can go for this. Okay? Or if you don't have a key, you go here or here. Okay? But both things. I need the shoulders flat. If the shoulders are off, there is no esegil here, in most cases. Unless you have really long limbs, then you might get it. But I have pretty long and I can't get it. And same thing, make him flat, make sure that he's carrying you all the time. Because every time he's like this, there is no pressure. He will escape in most cases if he's like this. Even if I grip hard and fight here, because he's not flat. But the minute we are like this, and like this, now the escape is going to be way harder. Okay? So, he has this frame here, which is solid. I go around his neck. I try to make his head go that direction, because he wants to go that direction. I tilt him here. And I'm heavy on my hip, so if he takes his hand away to fight my hands here, I come here and get his hands even higher. Okay? So he has to think that, does he keep this frame here and risk this, or he gets his hands higher and risk me getting the hands even higher. Okay? So you start here. Grip and pressure. Pressure is on the hip, pressure is on the neck. Make him flat. You can grip this if you have to be, and go for this. Or and his goal is to make sure that, like, usually I keep one frame here and one hand is fighting the hands, because this is usually enough. So if we are like this, and I try to go for this, he tries to control my hand, and I try to kill him. Is it clear? So I kill the frame, make sure there's pressure, make him flat, go for the choke. If it covers my hands and I can't get choked, I will build up, become higher. Because once I have here and he gets his hands on the way, I get this control. And now I'm already heavy here. I'm closing everything up, so I get arm bars and chokes. Yeah. Okay, let's try this. Okay.
Little bit tight on the schedule, so I didn't quite get it.
So, the submissions you can do from here are like, there are lots. But when he has the frame here, if he tries to rotate in this direction, usually this is the hand I want to go for. Because when he's like, just keep this here, this will not break easily. Because it's close to his body. He has all the big muscles here keeping it here. So I can't break this unless I'm really strong and he's not. If we are even, there's no way I'm going to break this. Like, there's nothing here. There is no pushing, nothing here. Because if the all focus is this, nothing is going to happen here. But his neck is exposed a little bit more because hand is away. And this hand, usually he uses this hand to fight my grips. So for example, if I try to go for grips on his neck, this hand is always in the way. Okay? And but this means because it's active hand, that means I can out-time the movement. This is foot, it's not going to go away. All I can do is put pressure and make sure it stays here. So he can't use this for anything else. Okay? And I focus. Like I can grip this and I start building up. And my goal is to make sure that I can get the elbow high. Because once I get it high here, I have to choke here. Or even I get here at the reverse elbow. Everything is when the hand is here. Nothing is on the hands when the hands are down. There is no, I don't know if there's wristwatch here, but probably not because they are like this. There is nothing. And my only goal is to make sure that we can break this. Okay? Or control his head and then break this. And once the hand is high, now you have submissions. Straight arm bar here. Or choke here. And when you build the choke here, make sure you are tight here. And same thing, flat his shoulders. If he's off his back, like push a little bit, now he's not flat. choke isn't coming when he's not flat. But when I'm flattening him out, there is chokes here. Or I flat him out by exposing the hand, and there's armbar. So now just practice the submissions, which whatever you know how to do. This is 2 examples. Or one is like this, I get this hand here, I go far away here, I have to cross choke. I can do it with one hand deep, I go really far away here, I start building up. Because he can't reach me here, because it is up. And the minute he starts fighting my hand here, I have lots of other things going as well. Just focus on making sure that you're heavy here and you try to get at least one hand up. If I get 2 hands up, like this is, you see I have lots of options. I have both hands here, like this. And all I have to do is like, don't rush away from it because this is a killer position for me. I just stay here and enjoy this.
Just stay there, it sucks, yeah.
Yeah, because especially when my weight is a little bit here, but when I add the pressure here, feels, okay? So I can build the pressure so he's more focused on breathing and not fighting his hands. When he's worrying about not getting off from here, like if I stay here for 2 minutes,
Oh yeah, it sucks.
he's eventually gonna give up, just like, take the hand.
Right here.
Okay? But everything is off when the hands are high, and most things are off when the hands are low. Neck is a little bit there, but even the neck isn't solid with this, because if he's not flat, the chokes are going to be really difficult. Okay, let's try this.
Ja, ich meine, die nimmst du ja zum Verteidigen, oder? Sonst kommt ja der Ezekiel.
Okay, so this is the end of the class. So let's make one group photo before we're done. And that's it. So thank you everybody for coming here.